about 9 o'clock. Temperature is right about 38 degrees. I just left the house about a half hour ago. Beautiful morning. I am on a new piece of property today. Just going to walk around. Don't know whether I'll cover the whole thing or not. A couple of points of interest I really want to look at. And you can see this piece of, well, I'm going to just go ahead and call it a piece of history. It's a tobacco barn. Been here for a long time. And you can tell by the inside of it. Now I'll show you guys a little peek in there. Can't really see much. Nothing in there. No critters are living around here. I did spy a mouse hole right down here behind me just before I squatted down. I'm just going to kind of do a little perimeter walk. The place was surveyed, I don't know, about a year ago or so, I was told. I really don't know. So there are markers in the trees. The property line shouldn't be too hard to follow. And right here where I'm at, I am right on the road, just about 10 feet. The other side of this barn is the road, so may have a little road traffic. Boundaries are pretty well laid out. It's an odd shaped piece of property. Right back over here, I'll give you a pan out before I start down in the woods. This is one of the little cedar thickets that's on this piece of property. And I'm trying to work something out with the property right next door. I think it's some 35 acres. I don't know. Not for sure on that at all. Thanks for coming with me today, guys. Just needed to get out and take a walk. Brought a sandwich with me and had to get out. Stick around. You can see the barn's been here for a long time. Like I said, it was a tobacco barn. And there's no telling when it was used the last time. Let's take a look inside. Can't really see much. The logs are chinked pretty good. Way out of focus. Come on, focus. Well, anyway, folks, it's just an old tobacco barn. It's in really bad repair. You can see how the roof kind of collapsed there. And you can kind of see how critters have been using that corner. I don't know whether the bottom of it collapsed in one row or two. It kind of looks like that's what happened. It just set down on itself. Okay. You can see the tag in the tree over there maybe. And we're going to walk off down that way. Right here, you can more than likely tell what that was at one time. Nice little watering hole for the critters. And that being the cedar thicket I was referring to. The field that you see over there is the other property line at this point in time. The property does get wider as we go off the hill. So, just for first times out, we're going to rock right on down the old fence row over here. I won't get any closer to that sign right there. Keep some privacy along with the video. But it has the gentleman's phone number and name. And I haven't got a return call. Just called a couple of days ago. Fairly young growth piece here too. Wow. Except for that monster oak. She's having problems, but man, that's an old tree. And some of you guys, if you would, let me get around a little better shot. Can you guys tell me what this thing is? Just for reference on size, well, there's that huge tree. Just for reference for size, there's the handle on my stick. I don't know. Sounds like a ripe watermelon. Outside of some pretty good sized red oaks and white oaks, and a couple of hickory. This is young growth. Ooh, a lot of briars too. Should make the roundy interesting. Right down here, maybe a couple more markers away. Property's supposed to turn back that way. Like I said, it's odd shaped. And I'm going to walk around these briars. A couple of these don't look like they've been down very long. This one's probably last year. And big mossy rascal over there, been down for a while. Looks like we're going to drop off in a little gully down here. I got a lot of sunlight on the camera this morning. Came down this little depression here. If you look over that way, it kind of a little roll over to another ditch line. It's a pretty good wash right here. See quite a few deer track right down there too. This is where the property turns and goes up that way. I may just continue on over the hill till I come to the property line back over there. Well, I'm gathering by the sign up there and the two colored ribbons. That's the other corner. I did come up this way. And we get right up there on top of that little ridge, it looks like. Walk on back. Beautiful morning out here to be out. Warming up quite a bit. Probably in the low 40s by now. Well, we've got another old fence line here. That's property line. And we can see on the other side that they have been working a little bit. I don't know whether that's all leftover tops or what. All they were taking was a big log. Yeah, at least they didn't skin it bare, huh? Yeah, let's go on this way. That's something just a little bit out of the ordinary. Caught my eye. Doesn't look like it's been used in a couple of years or more. Just kind of hanging out all by its lonesome. Not even gonna look at the bucket. Oh, this is a nice spot. Look at all the camping area right here. I'm not sure if I've walked far enough yet for this to be the other cedar thicket that I saw on Google Earth. It may be. It kind of fits the topographical being on this rise right here. And if you zoomed in very much, it looked pretty thick. I can already see from here where the deer have been scrubbing. I'd stop for a minute and get me a drink of tea. Had breakfast not too long ago, so that's not being an issue. Don't you just love it when you're walking through the woods and all of a sudden just the little cedar trees start right behind me here? If I looked at it right, there looked like there was a spot in there that I don't know whether it's a blight or whatever, but they're dying off. I guess it's not. Maybe they just can't all live together. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. Already is. I'm not exactly sure. I think in the neighborhood of 15 acres, 12 to 15 acres. I did not measure it. I don't know about you guys, but I can see all kinds of places to put up a camp here, can't you? Alright, let's get the walking on. Wasn't real thirsty anyway. I hadn't gone maybe, a little over a quarter of a mile back in maybe. There's something I'm not used to seeing around here. I'm taking it that's a fairly old pine tree. Look at the cones on that thing. All that fuel up there, folks. Probably some fat wood sticking around down here too somewhere. But we're not on a fat wood hunt today. We're just out roaming around. Probably 50 yards or so off of the property line. I can still show you. Still see where the trees get hollow over there a little bit. That was not very heavily logged, and they did leave a lot of tops. Maybe if I get to camp over there, there's plenty of firewood also. Got all the cedar again here that I want to burn. Yeah, the weather's been kind of nasty the last week or so. Rained a lot. I got to put in a couple 3 days at the bike shop while the weather was bad, and today I got the chance to come out. I've been wanting to get over here now for several months, and things just didn't work out. This is the second little ridge that I've come to that doesn't completely look natural. There again, I'm a short ways off the property line that way, and straight ahead there I got no idea where the property line is yet. I think it's at the bottom of that little rise right there. There's an old fence line, obviously. I don't know. Man-made, I believe. Put up a berm at one time. Maybe this was a field. Hard to say. Pretty quiet down here, isn't it? Kind of like that. I think I'm going to walk over this way. Walk back toward the east a little bit. Kind of changed my mind there. You see the sun's to my left. Decided to come back over here on the west side property line. I started off that little hill and I couldn't turn into a rabbit and run through it. So I thought I'd come this way. I knew there was a little ditch line. I don't think it's, it doesn't run. I see some standing water. I thought we'd come over here and check that out. And if I have not miscalculated at this point in time, that's actually running water. We have had a lot of rain. I'll walk on down there and see what's going on. You can see we got a nice little stream coming down there today. I don't believe it runs all the time. But not bad. I believe the property line to be that fence row right there at that field. It's kind of nice when it's running, huh? I bet we got some push up down here somewhere. Let me see if I can find the corner of the property back here. Look at this, how handy. Robert E. Lee Natural Bridge. I don't think I'm too far from the end of the property now. No, I'm not going across there. I'm going across right here. On the map, you can see this little cut here. Didn't see that one where the water's actually running, and no water running over here. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, deer been going up and down there a time or two. Right up at the top of the hill, you guys won't be able to see it. There's another fence line up there. So I think I'm at the back of the property. Now I won't have the sun in you guys' face all the way back. I'm just going to walk this edge of this creek as long as I can. It seems to be the clearest path. I called it a creek, not even a trickle. Well, if you go up the hill far enough, start to get water. Check out the limestone there. And also on that same note, check out some of these, well, I don't really know what to call it besides a tangle of briars. I'm down the hill from where I stopped and went back to the property line up there. I'm glad I did. It's a good place to end the property with a nice little stream. And yeah, it wasn't too far back down there. The water just disappears into the ground. Been running across some old rocks for a few years, ain't it? And I know from here it only looks like one side of a briar patch, but once I got down there along the creek, I had no other choice but to keep coming this way. Man, that's thick. It was an adventure all into itself. I'm going to call this a wash. Has opened up quite a bit up through here. And just go see what it looks like. That up there on top of the hill is still the far southeast corner of that cedar thicket up there at the top. And that twin sycamore right there, all the big roots coming out across the creek. It ain't worried about getting a drink. Neither is this big white oak right here. Kind of barren. If you look close, I just told you that was a white oak. That's a tulip poplar. If you look close, it's got the little tulips on it still. I think I'm gonna find me a nice little spot right around here somewhere and sit down and take another break. Get my old legs a rest. I came up the hill here some probably 60 feet in elevation from the creek bed down there at Wash. But it looks like it's fed from several different pieces of property. You can actually see this one on Google Earth. The other one over there just kind of blends in. But it was odd that it was the one that was running, huh? I'm going to continue on right back this way, right down the edge of the cedar thicket. I don't think you can hear the car over there in the background, but I'm probably a half to 3/4 of a mile from a road right here. I'm not that far from the corner property line back here. There's a field right over there. I can actually see a property marker now. So there's the actual corner is right over there. From here I can see the top of a house that way and a barn right over there, just kind of the top of an old barn. But there's nothing else back this way, and over here behind me And on the west side of the property, there's nothing for acres and acres. Well, you saw where they'd been cutting timber over there. Acres and acres go that way. And this is a spot actually that I wanted to do a stealth camp, even though I don't have to stealth in here, obviously. There's just so many nice places to do it. I'm a sucker for a cedar thicket. I think that's where I'll probably try to pull it off. But up on the far side, this thicket, it's pretty long in duration and fairly wide too. Space-wise, I couldn't tell you for sure. But if I get back up on the other side there, I can't be seen from over here at all, because this is a little, you can see it going uphill and it plateaus up there. And the other direction and back up towards the old barn where I started out, there ain't nothing up there. There's no houses up there. So as long as I had a small fire, there wouldn't be no issue at all with being seen, because I don't think there's going to be anybody out here. Maybe some critters. I've seen a couple of deer trails down there, but they were smarter than I was about that briar patch. They found a way around it, and I was too dumb to do that. Got through it anyway. No damage done. I'm going to have me a little bite to eat. Sit here in a nice, peaceful. Well, that was a good lunch. Good spot. Kennedy ham sandwich. And you guys know what that is? With cheese. Needed a good peaceful day out in the woods. Just to kind of hang out, not getting in a hurry to do anything. I got all day if necessary. I didn't know exactly how long it would take to get around this place because of the topography here. It's a little misleading on the map. The map shows it actually more dramatic than it is. Still a pretty good climb up and down there though. Pretty good mix of cedars, softwoods, hardwoods. Again, a lot of poplar. Quite a few big old oaks too, but a lot of them are having widowmaker problems. A lot of the top is gone out of some of them. I'm just going to lean up here and look out down through there for a few minutes, and we'll get to walking that way. Right up here, you can get a shot of the field over there. That's the other property line. I guess some 50 yards or so up from the wash. I didn't know earlier whether I'd get around to seeing the entire piece of property or not. And I'm not going to be able to today. I'm going to save it for another day. Everything that you can see, I can't really get you a good shot. There's a far tree line up there. That would be the property line on that side, probably from the wash up 80 yards or so at this time. Nice to be able to just get over here and wander around. Maybe make a 2 or 3 day thing out of it. Came off the bank a little bit. Still see the stretch of cedar. If my calculations are correct, the old barn is back in that direction. But I'm going to keep following this wash because I think it gets closer to the property line up this direction. I told you the property line was kind of a odd shaped area. And I'm just wandering around. I know you guys can't really see them. I've just been kind of following these deer trails down here, the critter trails. It's not confine it to just being deer. On back up that ways, I'm not sure. And I'm not going to know for a few more minutes how close I am to the old barn. So since I was out here today and had a little time, and I brought a piece with me, I'd throw up a little something with the camo net. Not too bad, eh? That's like a dozen handfuls of leaves. Now the front of it's a little bit open. I'll show you that here in just a second. Now Dad's closed in on the sides in like, 5 minutes or less. Throw a poncho liner on the inside of that. Camp set. I didn't want to cross the wash, even though right up there I think it gets quite shallow. If you can see those briars down there. Nope. We're going to make our way back up here to the edge of the cedars again. And commence the hiking out. Shouldn't be too much longer up through here. This side of the old barn. Man, I really enjoyed getting out today. Hope you guys enjoyed coming with. And we'll do it again if you'd like to come back over to this piece of property with me. Just let me know. Not that far from where I live. You can see the wash down there in the distance, and as it goes up that way, you can see that old barn over there. That wash goes up that way onto the piece of property next door. This one continues on around up this way. I'm going to walk over, since I came this way anyway. Now, we probably missed maybe as much as a third of the piece of property that's back on the other side of the wash. But we're getting back close to civilization. You may or may not be able to see the red brick up there on the other side of the field. And we have a house not too far that way. And you can't really see it, but the old barn is right over there. I'm going to walk up into this little patch of cedars just to see where the property line actually goes to over here. Thought I'd end this one right where I started. It was a nice walk around in the woods. A couple of interesting spots to come back and look at. And I will take you guys on the other side over there, and we'll take a look at that. That looked to be mostly hardwood over there. Maybe some good hammock swings. You never know. Appreciate you guys coming along with me today. I know I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Till next time, just waiting for the next big adventure.